today, my goodness gracious, I got a friend on the show. I've got a guy, an inspiration for many, many years in my life, and I am excited to introduce you guys today to Maurice Willacy. Mo, welcome to the show.
Danny, thanks for having me, buddy. Really appreciate it.
It's been a while.
It's been too long, man. Way too long.
Like this, the world traveler over here. I'm talking to a guy that's been around it.
There's so many places to see, man. You gotta explore. That's how you learn, and that's how you grow. You know.
That's awesome. So I like to go all the way back. Okay, and this can be hard to remember sometimes. But where were you born?
I was actually born in New York. Born in New York. Lived there for about the first 5 years of my life, and then my family, we moved to the DMV area, specifically Maryland. It's where I honed all my skills. Lived in Maryland, went to school in Virginia. My father was an educator. My mother, she worked for a consumer products company. Middle-class family. Education was a strong suit for the family. Education always primary, it's priority, but athletics as well. Athletics has been a huge part of my life, still affiliated with the sport. Actually ended up playing tennis throughout my entire life, and I'm still affiliated with it.
I was going to say, now, tennis goes in levels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, we start in the USTA at a 2.5?
Exactly.
How high do those ratings go, and where do you sit right now?
Wow. They well, with those ratings, they're not really used anymore, but with the old school ratings, they went up to a 7 plus. So those are your Federers, your Djokovic. Obviously, didn't make it to that level. But I played a pretty high level, played lower level professional tournaments. Qualified for some major tournaments there, and still have some friends actually doing pretty well. Actually, I had a buddy of mine, Ben Shelton, from Gainesville. He did really well, went to the semifinals against Novak Djokovic. Francis Tiafoe did his thing as well. So like I said, I'm still affiliated with the sport, and just looking to do things on the back end with it.
Now, in tennis, I've returned your serve. Oh, sorry.
Many times you returned my serve.
Yeah, let me rephrase. I have attempted to return your serve. That is not as easy as it sounds.
Absolutely not.
And you told me, you were like, okay, if you just put your racket out, it's gonna come back because the ball's coming 100 and something. Like, what do you think is a good solid serve speed?
Wow. On the tour, those guys are averaging like around that 120. That's fast. It's fast.
That's so fast.
It's ridiculous.
So that's what your serve felt like when you were serving at me.
Yeah.
It was coming. The first one went by me so fast that I didn't know you had already served. Like, I was just standing there, and after it whizzed by me, I was actually thanking God that it didn't hit me. I mean, you could get welted.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Trust me, I've got welted before.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel too good.
It's part of it.
Absolutely.
It's part of it.
Mostly emotionally doesn't feel too good. So
yeah, I can see where that would be an issue. So playing tennis your entire life, what is some of the best memories of competition?
So many great memories. Maybe some that stand out. Probably my biggest accomplishment, winning the amateur Australian Open. They don't really have these events anymore, but just the sheer will to win that tournament. Started off with a regional tournament in Florida. Ended up playing, I think, 5 tough matches against 5 tough players. From there, got an invitation to Georgia, round robin, did well there. Just the sheer will to win those matches. There's so many great memories. Most of my great memories come from just the overall competition of coming back. I remember in high school, it's a funny story actually. So in high school, went undefeated, had a pretty solid team that year. And then during the finals, I remember the finals, it rained. It rained that day. And I guess all the competitors had it out for me. So they actually changed the venue. They changed the venue to an indoor place to my opponent's home court. Did that. I think at the same time, I think my family, there was a funeral going on. So my father had to go there. So I was left with the assistant coach and then one of my teammates. And I was stinking it up on the court, just completely stinking it up. I think I was down match point, and I just had that moment, had that Michael Jordan moment where I decided, you know what, not today, I'm not gonna lose today. So ended up coming back, winning that one, and then winning the doubles. Just moments like that where you just overcome, and you tap into a different mindset. I mean, those are the moments that I enjoy. That's what competition is all about.
I was going to say that's kind of those moments of sweet victory.
Absolutely.
All the hard work, all the dedication, that never give up attitude finally gets a chance to shine.
Absolutely.
So that's exciting. I'm happy to hear that story.
Yeah, it was a good story. It's one of the things where I kind of carry with myself, not just on the tennis court, off the court as well, where just keep believing in yourself no matter what. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter how far down you are. You can always come back and come out victorious.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Now, world travel is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Now, let's talk about some places that you've been, because I want to talk about the luxury of places. I want to talk about the culture of places. Like, where's somewhere in the world? Like, give us an idea of where you've been. Give us an idea of that favorite place or something that really, really stood out that is like a must for people that are looking to travel.
Absolutely. I've been to so many places, most of it for athletic purposes. Traveling as a tennis player, you travel a lot. You tend to travel a lot. So as a kid, I traveled, but as a younger adult, I traveled quite a bit just to play some tournaments. I wish I had a little bit more time to kind of enjoy those countries. Now I'm getting more experiences to enjoy those things. So one of the places that stands out, I mean, it's not really a secret. Dubai is amazing. It's amazing. It doesn't belong on this planet. It's unreal. If you haven't been, you've got to go. Go.
Now, Dubai, because I mean, you see the content pictures, everybody's posting from there.
Absolutely.
But like, what does it feel like?
It feels like whatever heaven feels like, I guess. It's absolutely beautiful. But not just that. For me, it's the civility of the people. The culture, absolutely beautiful culture. That's a culture, if people are not familiar with, they struggled in the beginning. And it's one of those great stories where people struggled and their leaders took over and made sure that people wouldn't struggle anymore. So now it's become a place of just complete luxury. Also, just going there, you feel safe. You just feel safe. You can walk. You don't have to worry about too much. You can just walk and enjoy your life as long as you're, not messing up the place. So
yeah. That's good.
Exactly. So it's a beautiful place to visit. Highly recommend.
I think it's super interesting as well because like you want to feel safe no matter where you travel in the world.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a big like part of just world travel in general.
100%.
Like anywhere. Like you've been to Tokyo.
Absolutely. Been twice actually. Twice.
So I've seen some amazing pictures out of Tokyo.
Awesome.
You want to be able to know that when you go to Tokyo, when you go to Dubai, you can go to London, like wherever you travel in this world, when you have that safety and the people just bring that vibe, the culture, the food, there's so many things that can attract us.
There's so many things, and another thing that I really like about travel is every place is unique in its own way. Finding those similarities, those differences, that's beautiful. And just learning about different cultures and people, you get a better understanding of people, and you start to realize why maybe people behave a certain way, think a certain way, and it's a beautiful thing.
Let's go back to childhood for a second. Now I want you to think middle school,
Ooh,
like early high school. Like, what was life like then?
wow,
Because
simple.
it seems fast paced right now.
Oh, it's so fast paced. It's
What-
ridiculous. It's
what
ridiculous.
was it then?
Can I go back to those days, please?
Let's go back.
Oh my, it was an amazing time. I will appreciate growing up in the DMV area. I went to school in Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, to be exact. Education system amazing. I was very fortunate to be around that, be around other intellectuals. You can see it, and you can feel it. Even in middle school, just it was super competitive in the classroom, and that's something that I pride myself on today as well. Just being strong in the academic world. Just all your classmates just super competitive in the classroom, and I was very fortunate to be a part of that. It was awesome. As far as athletically, I would say DMV really strong in sports as well, basketball in particular. Obviously, you had people like Allen Iverson. I remember going to a lot of the Georgetown games growing up and watching Allen Iverson. That was an amazing experience. And that's how you kind of got your friends as well. Playing sports, you develop some relationships, rapport with other people, and take from there. I still have some of those friendships today.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, as we go on to college, where we go to school there?
Yes. So originally went to Howard University in DC. I think the two places I had on my list: Princeton University, Howard University. My tennis coach growing up, he was the assistant coach for Howard, so he was strong part in that decision. Very awesome guy, Nick Askew. Big up to Nick. I think he's the head coach now of Howard University. He was absolutely awesome, instrumental, huge role model. Really cares about individuals. So Howard University, that was a really good experience and experiencing that HBCU life. So that was really fun, really, really fun.
And then where did that lead you after Howard?
Well, after Howard, so at that time, tennis was still in the forefront of my mind. Obviously, Howard not really known for tennis. It's a great school, but not really known for your tennis. And my father and I, we kind of sat down and had a discussion where maybe it was time. I think I was 18 years old at the time. My father and James Blake's father, James Blake being a Hall of Fame tennis player, James Blake recommended Saddlebrook Tennis Academy for me. So my parents, I guess at the time they had a home in Ocala, Florida. So I was there, and then I was actually commuting each day to Wesley Chapel. That's
Wow.
it's about an hour commute. So I was took some dedication to do that. So I stayed there for about 6 months there while I was doing that, traveling, playing your futures, challengers, tournaments, and taking my losses and just trying to figure it out on the circuit.
Which brings me to my next point.
Yes.
What is the biggest lesson that you have learned from taking an L?
Wow. The biggest lesson of taking an L is understanding that it's a part of the process. You've got to lose sometimes. You've got to lose, pick yourself back up, and keep trying. I think the biggest thing in success is persistence. You've got to keep going. There's very rare that you'll hear a story where someone instantly is successful in what they're trying to accomplish. You're gonna lose. You're gonna take some falls, but if you can get back up and try again, I think that's where the success really comes into fruition.
That's a great answer. I mean, it really, really brings into perspective.
Yeah.
I think that if you just won all the time, you'd never learn a thing.
Absolutely.
You'd have no clue what you did to create that victory. But in the loss, you can definitely find out what you did wrong.
Absolutely.
To correct, and then hopefully one day turn that into a W.
100%. Absolutely.
So life and business can have all types of wins and losses.
Oh, absolutely.
What are you doing in business now?
Yeah.
in whether it's in New York. I mean, you're in Florida today.
Yeah.
You're back in New York in a few days. Like you're
Exactly.
all over the place. What are you up to now?
Yeah. So right now, one of my sisters, she got me into data science. So I'm a big math guy. Math is everything for me. So naturally, I fell in love with that one. So right now, doing data analytics during the day. And then in my spare time, I try to stay affiliated with tennis. So Katrina Adams, former USTA president, she was nice enough to have me aboard of the team on Harlem Junior Tennis and Education Program. That's something that's dear to my heart. Not just tennis, just helping kids, kids that need that extra boost. So things that we talk about today, those success stories, teaching them how to navigate through this world, and then we do that through education and tennis.
Man,
yeah.
I mean, I like how you said in my spare time.
Oh yeah,
as if you have spare time.
Oh, exactly. Sometimes it feels like negative time, but there's 24 hours in a day. That's something I learned from you, Danny. I see you working all the time, so it's one of those things where there's you make time. You make time for the things that you want to do, and just get it done.
That's right. I mean, because if you're not going to do it, who is? Who's going to get it done?
Exactly.
Nobody's knocking on the door with a check.
100%. I wish they did though.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'll send them the address.
If someone could start that again, remember that? Like, I don't even know if they still do that, but do you remember Publishers Clearinghouse?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Like where they'd knock on the door with the balloons, the big check. Where is that, y'all?
I don't know, but they need to come to that house. I'll tell them. I'll tell them where I am.
I will give them my home address.
100%. You can have all my addresses.
I'll go to them. I'll just come to the headquarters, have the check ready. Like it'll be good.
That's exactly right. That's funny.
So as we move through this thing called life, what is your favorite thing that you're working on right now? What is that piece that you're really striving to improve? You're striving for like a big, we call it a big, hairy, audacious goal. Like what does that next 3 to 5 years look like for you?
Absolutely. It's just getting out there. And like I said, something that's really dear to my heart is helping the youth, especially young men out there. There needs to be more platforms to help them. And I think there are a lot more people speaking about certain issues, just navigating in this world. It's a tough world that we live in right now, but just teaching the youth how to navigate and helping them develop these life skills in order to navigate. That's something that's dear to my heart. That's why I'm here speaking. So just doing that on a daily basis, and then spreading as much knowledge as I can.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, where does fashion come into all this? Because fashion is just as big in your life.
Oh
like,
yeah.
We follow you.
Yeah,
okay, we know what's going on.
Yeah.
So tell the viewers, what can they know? Where does fashion come into your story?
The swag. I mean, you always got to say swaggy, but definitely I have to accredit that to my sisters. I have 4 sisters. One of them is actually in the fashion business. Without them, I just wear athletic clothes my entire life. I remember the day. It's actually funny. I had my DC United clothes on. I just wanted to wear my DC United clothes. I remember walking downstairs one day, getting ready for school, and my sisters they had enough. They're like, you know what? No, enough. This is how you dress. So I mean, I kind of ran with it, and then just fashion. It's a way to express yourself. It's fun. Fashion is really fun. So that's something that definitely want to dabble in myself one day in the near future.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What do you see for, especially the young men out there? Mm-hmm. There is a discipline that is attached to good fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like whether it's a regimen, whether it is just personal care. I believe that, and I'm not saying that you have to wear the most expensive piece of clothing, but I fully believe that if you're able to take care of everything from hygiene to how you carry yourself is going to relate to mental health as well.
Oh, absolutely. Clothing is more than fashion sense. I think it came out of your mouth one day, and I strongly I live by this perception being reality. Just making sure you're dressing appropriately for the occasion. The way people view you, your fashion is a part of that. So going into business meeting, making sure you look sharp. I think that's really important. Even going out on a date. That first impression is everything. You wanna look nice. You wanna definitely look nice. You want to you want to be shown as you take care of yourself, because if you're taking care of yourself, looking good, you're feeling good, and that definitely will kind of coincide with your mental health.
Now, see, that brings me to this idea, because not everybody has the same budget. Right. There's a lot of people that they want to be fashionable. Brand is always at the forefront. Everybody thinks that you just have to wear the most expensive thing.
Right.
What would you say? What's a tip or a trick to somebody that is wanting to look good but doesn't have to break the bank to get there? Do you have anything for them?
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want to break the bank. You shouldn't have to. There's so many options out nowadays where you don't have to break the bank in order to look a certain way. I mean, there's so many options. It's ridiculous. Especially living in New York, you see those options. So, keeping things simple. I think even like this, a black tee. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the black tee. Get the black tee on. You can wear this on a more business casual. You can wear a little bit more casual coming down. So like I said, today's a little bit easier. There's a little bit more options out there. So you don't really necessarily have to spend a whole bunch to look good.
Now, I believe that also you can take a kind of a focus piece. Yeah. You don't have to have the entire outfit doesn't have to be designer. The entire outfit doesn't have to be at the pinnacle of
exactly
the finest of whatever material you're using. But if you can have that accent piece or that one piece that really elevates your outfit,
100%, 100%. I also just wearing it well, like the actual person behind the outfit. I mean, wearing it with some confidence. I mean, that'll definitely take you far as well. So. There's so many factors into fashion and what you wear and how you feel about wearing it.
Sports for a lifetime.
Oh yeah,
traveling, food, people. Where in the world, or how in the world, do you find time to work out as well?
I make the time. I think when I tell people what hour I work out, they don't believe me. They really don't believe me.
I want to know the entire thing. Let's go from what time does Mo wake up?
Wow.
And what does that day look like?
Wow.
On a day that you're going to work out, you're going to do business, you're going to do some sports. What does that day look like?
Absolutely. So I'm usually up around 3:30 a.m. Usually up around 3:30 a.m. So I'm usually in that gym around like 3:45. Try to get there a little bit more before 4 a.m. Also, I like the gym for myself. Have a little bit. I'm a strong believer in solitude. I get a lot done in doing things alone. So I'm usually in that gym a little bit before 4 a.m. I'll work out maybe an hour, 2. I'll get back home and I might I'll get a breakfast in, and then I'm at it. I'm right at it. I'm on the computer. Getting some work done, and I'll take breaks in between. Usually I'll take my biggest break around that 11 a.m. hour, take 1 or 2 hours, eat, might do another workout, and maybe clean up some work for later. And then I get ready to work some more. Get ready to work some more. So I'm usually doing that from Monday through Friday. Saturdays I usually finish a little bit earlier, and always take time for myself. Meditation is huge for me, so I usually meditate 1 or 2 times a day, usually for about 10 minutes each time. So like we said earlier, just making the time making the time for you. I think that's really important, especially for your mental health. You've got to take time for you every single day. Every single day.
Now, that's a great segue into my final question.
Yeah.
Is with all this work, and I get it, a lot of
Yeah.
people would call us workaholics.
Yeah.
Relationships
Yeah.
would sometimes in
Yeah.
the past say that we work too much.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Heard that many times. Many times.
Yeah. I've been very thankful. My wife, Sarah, fully understands my hustle.
Yeah.
First time I've ever been with somebody that gets it, that understands that there's this drive in me that like I still make time for family, make time for friends, etc. But then, I mean, if everybody's in bed, then I get right back on and put another 3 hours in.
Right.
But what do you do when that shuts off? What do you do for fun? What do you do for you?
I think, well, first and foremost, I think you nailed it, which is everything to me, surrounding yourself with people who understand. I think sometimes we get lost trying to explain things to people who will never understand. They won't understand it. Surrounding yourself with people doing the same things. I think that's really important, that understand you, understand the grind. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone, but finding those people that understand that daily grind is really important for your mental health, because you shouldn't have to explain your grind. That's what you do. That's what you do. And if people are not willing to support it, I think it's very important to remove yourself from those people and continue the grind, because like I said, they'll never understand it. Yeah. So I mean, that's you kind of nailed it right there.
It's interesting because just as much as a good relationship needs to understand, like your circle, like your inner circle is usually made up of people who get it.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You're never combating it.
Right.
And I try to encourage business owners that I talk to all the time to really, really analyze their circle. And if they've got people that are dragging them down from that, from that true goal, like you've got to be able to just cut it off at the source.
Absolutely.
You know, no one has time for that.
No.
So
absolutely.
If we're ever going to get back to simple living, where life slows down just a little,
right,
you got to put in the effort and the grind today.
Absolutely. Those relationships are everything. And then if you're really grinding and looking to be successful, you're going to see where it's not that many people in that circle. It's going to be a very, very small circle, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If you're looking to be on the top, doing top tier activities, you shouldn't have the average person around you. It should be top tier people. So, I mean, having that small circle is a good thing, and maybe cutting off certain ties with people that don't understand. It's okay. It's okay. It's hard. It's hard sometimes, but it's needed.
And what's really interesting, I heard a topic the other day, or a video that addressed that situation right there, and he mentioned that, you know, not everybody's meant to go to that altitude.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make them bad people.
Absolutely.
You're not getting someone out of your life maliciously. You're saying, you know, this person he compared it to a rocket ship and those people as boosters.
Yeah.
And not that you're feeding off of them, but we're going to this level, and there's a moment where they just don't get it. They're just not going to the altitude that you're going to. And sometimes those boosters have to fall off to be able to really go to those heights.
Absolutely. Actually, it's really funny. I was reading an article on hawks, and how crows would peck on their back.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get, the hawk wouldn't get upset, didn't get upset. It would just fly, keep soaring all the way up as high as it can go. And the crow couldn't breathe up there. So the crow would just have to fall off. And it was an analogy to kind of what we're talking about, where, no, just keep soaring. Most people can't handle that success. They can't handle that grind. So there's no need to be malicious. Just keep doing you, keep grinding, and naturally, organically, those people they'll go off to the side. You're going to keep soaring. So I think having that mindset of just not allowing anybody to bring you down is really, really, really important, especially with today's youth. They need to understand that that's how you're going to navigate through this world. You got to be tough, and you've got to keep going, and don't allow anybody to bring you down.
Enough said.
So,
I'm going to end it right there.
there we go.
Mo, thank you so much for coming on Underdogz and sharing your story today.
Thanks again, Danny. Really appreciate it.
It's just so many good moments there. Glad to get to know more. For you guys out there, please like and subscribe. Click that notification bell, and remember that love wins. Period.
Awesome.